Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant, and I'm back with some more vibes for all you. And somebody suggested that I watch this, and of course, I man is into the traveling thing. I want to do some more traveling. Done a little bit in the past, so my next move is to travel in the future. You know what I'm saying, and thing. And this one here was suggested to me, and it's called 10 Top Places to Visit in France. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this and thing, you know what I mean? So, I ain't gonna keep you all too long. Let's YouTube and simmer and check this out.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I want to show you some of my favorite places in the enchanting country of France. So here's my French top 10.
Yeah, give it to us.
France is known all around the world for its endless history and jaw-dropping scenery, from the towering French Alps to the Mediterranean.
I really want to see the
French
Alps.
Riviera. France has so much to offer.
Not so much the
Let's
French
start
Riviera.
this video off at the picturesque city of Annecy. Now, Annecy is located at the foot of the Alps. It's famous for its medieval old town, and it's been nicknamed the Venice of the Alps thanks to its canals. Now, the city is just absolutely magical, but what I love about the region is Lake Annecy. It's known as one of the cleanest lakes in all of Europe, and I just love the surrounding mountains. But I just can't think of a better place to enjoy it on a hot summer day. Now, one of the crowning features of the area is the Château de Menthon Saint Bernard. The castle began construction back in the 13th century, and it's just hard to beat the view of this medieval castle. After Annecy, we're going to head over to the nearby French Alps. Now, this is definitely my favorite region in all of France.
Yeah.
It's home to the incredibly massive Mont Blanc, which is the highest mountain in all the Alps at 15,774 feet. If you want to get a close-up view to Mont Blanc without the hiking, you can visit the Aiguille du Midi. Now, special thanks to my friend Guillaume Rougelot for helping me out with footage. I'll link his channel in the description below. Now, the Aiguille du Midi was constructed back in 1955, and when you see it, you just can't fathom how they were able to build this on top of a mountaintop. Now, to get there, you can take a 20-minute cable car ride, which holds the world record for the highest vertical ascent by a cable car with an elevation gain of 9,000 feet. Now, when you reach the top, you'll be able to witness one of the best 360 views in all the Alps. Now, if you're into hiking, you'll have to experience the Tour du Mont Blanc. It's a roughly 170-kilometer trek that loops around Mont Blanc. You'll not only hike in France, but you'll also go through Italy and Switzerland. If you hike at a decent pace, you can expect to complete the loop in about 10 days. If I can travel to France this summer, I definitely want to attempt the Tour de Mont Blanc. I mean, literally just looks like pure paradise out there. After the Alps, we're going to head over to the Alsace region, now located in eastern France, bordering Germany and Switzerland. The Alsace region is famous for its fairy tale cities, wine country, and rich history. Over the centuries, the region has alternated between French and German control, and today it represents a mix of those cultures. The capital of Alsace is Strasbourg. It's home to the formal seat of the European Parliament. Another enchanting city in the region is Colmar. Colmar looks like something straight out of a Disney movie. The city's old town is lined with timber, medieval buildings. I love the canal that runs throughout the city. It just adds to the magic of the place. If you want to escape the cities, you can experience the Alsace wine route. It's a 170-kilometer long route that passes through some of France's greatest wine country and picturesque towns.
Think about it, man. All this beauty in there, and we out here fighting. They say life is too short, enjoy. Life is too long to be miserable, not enjoy. We're going to flip the script a little bit. I mean, look at this, man. I mean, even the man-made things are gorgeous there. It's beautiful, man. Who would want to see this stuff? Why would you want to live your life in one spot your whole life and not experience everything, every different culture, the things you could learn from all these different places, you know what I mean? And not just the geography and the architecture and stuff, but things you could learn as a human being as you travel and traverse these places and things, you know what I mean?
One of my favorites is the quaint village of Riquevier. It's believed to be the village that inspired the town from Beauty and the Beast. Even if you don't drink wine like me, it's impossible to not fall in love with this region of France.
I'm not much of a drinker.
We're going to France's capital of Paris. Now, since the 17th century, Paris has been Europe's major center of finance, diplomacy, fashion, and the arts. Paris is one of the world's most visited cities, and with all its attractions and fascinating history, it's easy to see why. Paris's most recognizable attraction is the Eiffel Tower. It was built in 1889 for the World Fair. The Eiffel Tower is 324 meter high, which made it the tallest man-made structure in the world until 1930. You can take an elevator up there to get an incredible 360 panoramic view of all of Paris. Another popular attraction is the Louvre Museum. It's the world's largest art museum, and it's home to Da Vinci's Mona Lisa.
See,
you can also take a drive around the Arc de Triomphe, or walk the grounds of the Palace of Versailles.
I'm not one for big cities when I travel, but man, I'll go there just to go to that museum. I'll go there just to go to that museum.
And there's just so much to see in this grand city. If you want a road trip outside the capital, you can head to France's northern coast, visit the coastal town of Etretat, located about 3 hours outside of Paris. Etretat is famous for its white cliffs and rock formations. One of the most well-known is the Falaise d'Aval Arch. It has such a unique shape. I guess you could say they are the French cousins of Old Hairy Rocks. While we're still on the coast, we're going to visit the magical island of Mont Saint-Michel. Now located 1 kilometer off the coast of France, Mont Saint-Michel is one of the most magical destinations in all of Europe. The island is full of small shops and homes with a monastery perched on the top of the island's highest point. The construction of the monastery began in the 10th century and was finished in 1523 due to its strategic position and dangerous changing tides. The island remained protected throughout history. Today, Mont Saint-Michel is one of France's most popular tourist destinations. If you're ever in northern France or Paris, you really need to visit this magical island.
For sure.
We're going to head to the neighboring region of Brittany. Now located on the northwestern tip of France, Brittany is full of rugged beaches and countless lighthouses. One thing that is particularly fascinating about Brittany is its presence of megalithic monuments. There are thousands of stones scattered around the region, ranging from ancient tombs to single standing stones that were arranged by Neolithic people over 7,000 years ago. I mean, it's just pretty interesting.
You know, that's the cool thing about traveling, you know what I mean? Especially traveling to places that's got a long history. And you just go sitting there and just try to picture yourself living back in the times when these things were built. Like, my island is pretty small, right? But we have forts and stuff that the British put there or the French put there. And as a kid, I used to just go sit outside of it, you know. One fort is still in use, Fort George. In the back of it, they have like a band hut where the police band used to play music on the Sundays, and my mom used to take us there. But then when there's nobody there, just go sit back there and try to envision, you know, because the fort is built overlooking the natural harbor, and you could just envision, you know, the ships coming in, you know, and the battles being fought for supremacy on the island and things like that. And not so much the battles, just the people living there, you know, just to feel that history, you know. It's like living history in the moment. And that's why I like to travel to places with like really old histories and places that take care of the historic buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, that's my type of travel.
Aside from the ancient megaliths, Brittany is home to some stunning coastal towns. One of my favorites is Le Conquet. It's an ideal maritime city with a picturesque harbor. One of the highlights of the area is the Kermovan Lighthouse. I mean, just such a beautiful setting. Aside from Le Conquet, Brittany is full of hundreds of seaside towns and beaches just waiting to be discovered. Let's head over to the medieval fortress of Carcassonne. Now, when I imagine medieval Europe, I don't think there's a better place that exemplifies it better than this fortified city. Located in southern France, Carcassonne began as a Roman fortified hilltop and was given to the Visigoths in the 5th century, who continued to fortify and build the city. Throughout the centuries, Carcassonne proved to be an impregnable fortress as army after army failed to overtake the protected city. Today, the city consists of 53 towers that are protected by its 2 outer walls. It remains as one of Europe's greatest medieval gems. While we're still on the topic of medieval cities, we're going to head over to Uz. Now, located about 2.5 hours from Carcassonne, Uzès is a small town with quite the medieval charm. What I love about Uzès is the Duke's Castle. It has such a unique look to it. The main tower with its 4 mini spire gives off medieval vibes. Now, while you're in Uzès, you can make the short 15-minute drive to the ancient Roman aqueduct Pont du Gard. It's over 2,000 years old and carried water over 50 kilometers to a Roman colony. It's the highest of all Roman aqueducts, and it's one of the most well preserved. Another nearby place to visit is Avignon. It's a stunning French medieval city full of intriguing architecture and history. After, we're going to head down to southern France to the French Riviera. Now, located on the southeast corner of France, I have to say that the French Riviera is home to some of the best coastline.
I want to see the French Riviera.
Contrast between mountains and the Mediterranean Ocean. One stunning city on the French Riviera is Menton. It's a stunning coastal city sandwiched between Monaco and the Italian border. I just love its ports with the backdrop of the Green Mountains. And compared to other popular cities on the Riviera, such as Nice or Cannes, this one's not as crowded, so it's a perfect place to visit to escape the crowds. Now, if you're looking for some medieval vibes, you can visit the nearby hilltop village of Ez. The village dates back to the 1300s, and when you explore the city, you'll feel like you're going back in time. You can hike to the summit on the town with a fortress on top, and you'll get some of the best views of the French Riviera. Well, that is it for my France top 10. I mean, there's just so many beautiful places that I couldn't cover in this video, so I'll have to do a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place is in France in the comments below. I also started a relaxation channel.
Where's my favorite spot? All of it. But then I'm the type of person, nowhere in the world is not my favorite spot, you know what I mean? Go there, beautiful scenery, great people to have conversations with, especially the older people, you know, to remember the times when they grew up in that space. That'd be cool. That'd be so cool. I'll leave a link in the description to this video. Go check out this channel, because apparently he's got tons of stuff you could watch. So go check this out. I'm telling you, you know, so you could, you know, daydream. And not just daydream, aspire to travel there, you know what I mean, and thing. But you know, man, this is cool. I love this video. Thank you for suggesting this. Listen, man, y'all take care of each other, all right? Cool runnings.